the anti-Hwoarang tips and anti-Hwoarang recap, which is in this Facebook page. They're just in the videos tab. You can check that out. I go discuss at length what you need to do. And essentially, to give a TLDR of those videos before you check them out, you interrupt your opponent, interrupt Hwoarang, right? Interrupt Hwoarang, challenge him, because most of the flamingo stuff on block, you could challenge, not on hit, okay? Mind you, on block, not on hit. Most of the stuff on hit, it's more or less guaranteed on the first mix-up. What do I mean by the first mix-up? Again, what I mean by the first mix-up is if you do down 3-4 and you get hit by down 3-4, let's say you got hit by down 3-4, this is the first mix-up, or first frame trap, rather, right? Whatever you want to call it. Do not press on the first. Or like after RFF back 2, let's say you guarded that. That's still counted as the first. I highly recommend at the first mix-up, you don't press. But let's say after down 3-4, he did RFS DF4. That's +1. That's the second mix-up. You can move now. You can challenge. You can do whatever you want. Essentially, like, there's so much room to move and press buttons. Or like after RFF back 2 into a jab. That's +2, yes, but at the same time, you still have leeway to move around. It's not like +5, +6, +7, stuff like that. And then once you know all the, what do you call this? You've labbed him. You know the mid-high strings. You know what's -14. It's very, very important to get your punishment game down as well with Hwoarang. And ducking a bunch of these mid-high strings. And the obvious stuff like a down 4-4 or up back 3-3. Or knowing that after up back 3-4, he can't press a button after it. Once you get all those stuff down, essentially, you're going to be beating a lot of Hwoarangs who don't know how to counter that. Counter against a player who knows how to fight against Hwoarang. Because, like, quite frankly, they're going to be using Hwoarang's mix-ups at length as much as they can. But if you know how to challenge most of these mix-ups, because it's not like Steve, wherein the safety of challenging Steve is a little bit more on the iffy side. Even if it's small mix-up after small mix-up, like you can get hit by a DF1 into a down 2-1, and then he'll duck into FC DF1. Like, yeah, those are all small mix-ups, but at the same time, you don't want to put yourself in those situations. Hwoarang, it's more big and essentially checks. And the longer he goes stringing, you begin to notice there's holes in his game. And the fact that you could just, like this, you notice the second jab is whiffing. That you can backdash a lot of stuff. So the longer the string goes, the more you can move out. And by the second interaction or second mix-up, second frame trap, yada yada yada, throw out your cheese. By all means, do it. Make the Hwoarang second guess his offense. All the time. How long does it take to master the KBD and air combos? Depends on you, really. Like, how fast can you grow as a player? And how often are you practicing? It's stuff like that. It's more of a player factor than anything else.